Hello, folks. This is, as always, Jorge Prospector with you, with my friend Ron.
Hello, everyone.
We are here for episode 62 of Coffee and Rip. No coffee. May have to change the name soon.
No drinks whatsoever today.
San Pellegrino. That's the trick.
It's not bad.
20 calories. Expensive. At Costco is probably the best deal right now. But otherwise, my mother-in-law told me they've gone up in price. These little Pellegrino bottles. Anyways, talking about Costco, they're upping the annual membership fee to $130.
Well, that's for the business membership. It's going
and
up 65
I imagine, for the regular.
It's the first cost raise in 7 years for them. So I don't think that's horrible. It's not like Netflix that went from $5 up to 20.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's just one more, right? Everyone's ramping up for inflation. So I get it. If one does it, if their competitors do it, Amazon does it every year. I'm sure Sam's also has raised. Does Sam's have a membership fee?
Yeah, they do. I don't have a Sam's Club card, but I know they do. But I also, like with the Walmart Plus, I think that stayed flat this year.
Okay. Yeah, so I kind of remember the days that Costco was like $50 or $45. Now it's well, now we get the executive one because even if I don't use it for commercial, it just makes sense. I run the numbers and it makes sense to get the executive because of the cashback thing. And if you have, we'll talk about baseball hobbies soon, folks. If you get 2% cash back at the end of the day, there used to be a cap on the cashback amount. I think they capped it at 1,000. Apparently, they're removing that cap now. So if you're buying for a big family or whatever, like we do, we spend significant money in Costco, and also with the executive, if you don't spend enough, like there's a down year that you don't spend, and you don't make up the $120 worth of cash back, they give you the difference back.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
It's no gamble.
No gamble.
No risk.
Just if you have the money up front, then because that's what they're doing. Just like Topps, segue. Just like Topps, they like their money up front. They like those 0% loans.
We give it to them up front of the year every time we get another card. What was the latest one we saw? Was the
people that don't know, that's where Costco makes its money. It's not in selling you hot dogs and pizza and chicken bakes. They get their membership $4.6 billion last year, membership fees alone. $4.6 billion. That's pretty huge. Wrap your head around that, folks.
Yeah. Well, shopping for me is Ron Party of One. So the main thing I buy there, hate to admit it, is dog food and cat litter.
Well, now you can buy your Topps super boxes.
Yes.
with 2 parallels per box.
2 parallels per box. Hey, it's that kind of bulk thing that gets us all excited. You go in there and you buy a whole tray of something you're only ever going to eat 2 of, or things like that. It's kind of like the Phillies in the All-Star game. They got a bulk discount for sending 7 guys.
Yeah, it's it's funny because I initially when they first came out with those super boxes that are super uncomfortable to store anywhere. I think that's the whole point. You're like, this is too big. I'm just gonna rip it. They did it, and I thought at that time that it was a Costco exclusive. Apparently, they sell them in Target and Walmart, and what I did see is that it's much cheaper in Costco. In Costco, it's $33 or $34, and in Walmart, I was reading somewhere that they cost about $45, and I'm guessing Target's probably
about there.
45, 40, 50, whatever. So that super box so again, this is transitioning segue to baseball hobby. That super box, the one that they put out now, on its surface, it doesn't look bad because it has 3 packs of Series 1. And then it has 7 packs of Series 2. You're like, interesting. SSPs, Jackson Holidays, whatever. Good rookie class. If you ever pulled anything parallel from those 7 packs, the odds are terrible. Hey, folks, don't buy those boxes. If you go to Topps.com and search odds or whatever, or Google it, I'm sure that in that 20-page cheat sheet of odds, I'm sure somewhere there's a column that says Costco, or if you can figure out an acronym for Costco, a format, I'm sure it's terrible, because I saw a few people open those on YouTube, and you get Stars of MLB for days, and in one rip, 10 packs, 3 and 7, you get 1, maybe 2 Royal Blues. If you're lucky, you get one of those ridiculous inserts that are cheap and not worth much. Maybe you get a Chrome Stars of MLB. Point is, what you want, the SSPs and the Golden Mirrors and the Jackson Holidays and whatever, and the home field advantages, those things ain't coming out of your Costco super box, folks. You may hit 1 in 20 boxes, but for the most part, you're not going to get anything. And then those super boxes used to have pins, like enamel pins that were kind of cool, actually gimmicky but cool, for your hat or for a kid, whatever. It's kind of cool. They used to have good players. And then but they don't have that anymore. What they still have is the companion card, which can have an image variation of our good rookie. That it can have.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody really on board with those oversized.
No, no, I'm not talking about the oversized.
Oh, okay.
The oversized, it's cool, but it's honestly, those oversized for me, it's more for if you want to get an auto of Tatis. Hey, you signed this for me, whatever, and then it's for your own pleasure to hang it in your desk or something. Because that size of a card lends itself to a good auto, right? And if you choose the right color, the right instrument,
and the right player,
the right color, the right instrument, right pen, it could look cool for you, right? Not to grade or nothing. So I like that as a memorabilia thing. But it also has a small companion card, standard size card that someone just saw someone yesterday pulled an Evan Carter rookie, which is cool. It's it's a different image, probably not worth much. But then they also have those. The exclusive is they have 3. What they're calling it flagship. Weird name to call it, flagship packs, something like that. And what it is a different set, 100, I think it is, 100 set of a totally different and ugly, if you ask me, design. Not related to the 2024 design.
I haven't seen that yet.
2017-ish. It looks terrible in my opinion. Point is, I don't think you should buy that. But I saw it, and I was talking about Costco. I might as well mention it. If we're able to save one person from buying it, we've done our job, Ron.
Yes. Well, we've talked about some of these other products like the Topps Tier 1 going out with the sticker auto. Saw some interesting things like that. Hopefully we keep saving people from that. One of the poor anomalies that or one of the poor posts I saw was somebody pulled 2 Bartolo Colognes in one pack. So he got these in one box. He got 2 Bartolo Colon autos. The only problem is they're sticker autos.
What?
One sticker auto.
That's right. Auto. They are.
One sticker auto had Bartolo Colognes. The other auto was Adley Rutschman stuck on Bartolo Colon card.
Wow. Okay.
It's like, oh, that's a mistake. So
yeah, listen. A product is garbage when they tell you 1 in every 10 boxes has an on-card auto. I'm like, yeah, never mind. I'm okay with not getting like I said before, a Tim Salmon sticker auto from 20 years ago.
I love Tim Salmon too. So
no, he's a cool dude. I guess I used to use a different card.
Yeah, no.
David Justice.
That's true. nobody out there looking for a Tim Salmon today.
Nobody's looking for Steve Garvey either, except Ron.
That's why I pick them up so cheap. Just keep serving them up,
Senator.
folks.
Senator Garvey, is that happening? I think it is, right?
He is now in the November election.
Who's he running against?
The
guy who's always
Adam
there?
Schiff. Adam Schiff, who's in Congress.
Yeah,
not a senator. He's a congressman.
He wasn't a senator.
He wasn't a senator, so he's one of the guys who spent a lot of time on all the Supreme Court justice cases, saying, you're a drunk beer chasing, skirt chasing, so and so.
No, he may be up to. He's not too charismatic. He's not good looking. He's not. And listen, those things matter for when you're like getting those on the fence candidates. You got to be charismatic. You got to be good looking.
I'll tell you what, Garvey, seeing him again yesterday, as I posted about, was great. He is, every time I've ever had an encounter with him, he is always just immensely gracious and thanks you as a fan for supporting him all these years and things. So he's just a really nice guy.
That's good.
He actually, I'd seen him at a private signing, and he says, "Oh, you gave me the cards for my grandkids." Said,
he recognized that. That's awesome.
He remembered that. It was
that. Sorry.
That's a sign of somebody.
So his cognitive skills are still there.
Are strong. Yes. He said to me, "I actually had to go out and find some more of those for my other grandkids.
Really?
I love them so much." Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so
you know what I thought about doing and I didn't do is because I know some players in different teams and I know some players on the Mets, which obviously is my favorite team. I thought about getting a bunch of those Iglesias cards for the OMG thing, the song, whatever, because they had that Tops Now card. I have no idea what the print run was, but I figured, you know what? Why spend like so much money on this? Because I imagine maybe his marketing team as an artist is aware of this stuff and is buying them up. But I was like, man, I wonder if I should get like 20, 30, 40 of these and just give them to him to just kind of use whatever. But I imagine his marketing team is on top of it.
Yeah.
And two, I wanted to see the print run first because maybe I can get those, for cents on the dollar.
Pretty much. Well, you can get those hot dog cards and have your Mets.
No, well, those are ridiculously printed, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like 100,000 or something?
No, they did exactly the same number of hot dogs they sold, 48,000 something.
Oh, that was the gimmicky thing. Okay.
That was a gimmick. Yeah.
I had no idea what it was. I never looked into it. That's how level of interest I had.
I need to send you one, I guess. But talking about things like that, friend of the hobby, Aaron Jaffe, was out at the stadium. There's Tuesday with the Mariners in town. He was out at the stadium giving away our rack packs to folks. So he goes and he has whoever, Matt Strahm was a big one who signed a bunch of stuff for him. The people who are broadcasters for the Padres who were former players, he's got their cards. They're all signing for him. And he's giving away those autographed cards along with packs of cards at the stadium. He ended up giving out 72 autographs the other day. So
I'm effed because I just looked and that OMG Tops Now card, Jose Iglesias, print run was only 731. That's crazy.
Wow.
So his marketing team wasn't on it because a print run at 731, man, they're going for $20 on eBay. I guess bad miscalculation on my end. Whatever. It's not like I was going to ask money for them.
It's the fact that the upfront price is still so stupid. You can't buy a single card anymore.
I think 20 cards is like $80, something like that, or $100, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
back in the day, you can get Tops Now cards for like nothing, right?
Yep.
I don't know. You've probably been buying them for longer than I have. As far as I know, 5 cards were always about $15. Now they're like 20. I think
the Tops Now basic cards were always, like $4.99, $5.99.
But like, wasn't it the case that you could get like like a 50 pack or something, a 40 pack for like $100 or something, or
Yeah,
80?
that was the original, and then they cut it down where you can only get 20 packs. But
And now you only get like 20 cards for $100 ish. That's crazy.
If that, I mean, it has gotten pretty silly out there, the way they've done their pricing, and they had their tiered pricing in effect the other day with Ben Rice cards being dropped.
Well,
But those of us who bought the team sets benefiting from
right?
that.
I only got one Yankees though. I have a bunch of Dodgers though, so that's gonna be good for me. And I got two Rangers, so I'm waiting on that Langford one.
So we got several coming from the Dodgers this year already. So you've got the Max Muncy's, the Will Smiths,
Three.
Gavin Stone,
Muncy, and
Will Smith hit 3 home runs.
So Stone, Will Smith, and Muncy. I think that's it, right?
Yep.
And then you got Langford.
You got Langford the other day.
What was that? And Rice.
Langford. Yep, Rice the other day with his 3 home runs. So here's another one.
Yeah.
It's those bonus cards are going to be great for Rice, especially.
They are.
And Langford's going to be solid, but Rice
I knew they would sell well on eBay. Those relics and those bullshit thing that I live in protest stuff. But I was kind of happy that I have one freebie coming, because I'm sure that will sell for at least $20, if not more.
Yeah.
I mean, how many Yankees print was printed? Like 1,000, something like that. Probably because of Jason.
I don't remember the numbers anymore, but they had a high print run because of the Jason. What they had done was $199 Jason, and then /99 on everybody else.
Yeah.
Unlike the Dodgers, who did $199 all the way through their lineup.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. More than I thought, more than I remembered. 2,218. Okay. So there'll be 2,200-ish Rice cards. Still, Yankees. I mean, think about it. That's kind of like a gold print run, something like that. So I'm sure it'll sell for about $20 because people are going to grade those. They're so nice.
Plus, it's
the quality.
It's a different card that people won't pull out of a set, and it's not one of the top now cards you can buy. You had to commit to it early.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very different.
It's got a few pros. One, the limited print run. Two, that the QC is so good usually that card should gem up. At least the majority of them should gem up. So there's an arbitrage opportunity there, a quick arbitrage opportunity right there. Mm-hmm. And the card looks nice, a different image. The cons is that it is a Topps Now card, and it is a call-up card. It's not a rookie.
Yeah.
So
now,
but it should command about $20, I would say. 25.
Yeah. Now, when I was at the stadium yesterday, I was looking at some of the shops. I got there plenty early, but there was no BP or anything else. So figured there might not be because it's a travel day for the Mariners. But in in one of the shops where they sell the authentic gear, there was a bunch of Topps cards of Tatis. It's this relic card. I wonder if they had stadium specific offerings, because they had
Topps Now
no, it was just Topps. I took a picture of it. I'll have to post it out on one of our sites.
Like, you're talking about like relics, or
it was a Topps card with a relic, and they had I think they had a 5, a 10, a 25, and a 49 of the same card. I've got it on the phone here, but I don't want to get
maybe they're leftovers from unsold.
I don't know. It doesn't say Topps Now, and it has slightly different design to it, so I'm not sure where those are coming from. But I didn't know if there was stadium specific stuff.
So speaking of Topps Now, I am offering my customers and community members, I'm going to start posting some Shohei cards for the taking. Rookie cards from 2018, Topps Now cards. I'm not sure you can see them. There you go. You can see them here. That's one. There's another one of him sliding into third base. Another rookie phenom flirts with perfection. Same thing, rookie 2018, and another here in the kanji. Is that what I'm saying that right? Kanji.
Yeah.
This one is kanji, Japanese, whatever lettering. That's cool. So I have a bunch of these that I'm gonna start listing for RAS. Figure, you know what? Let's put some of these up for Raz. Good price. Maybe I'll do one that has 2 winners. Someone on Discord says, "Looking good, Ron." So I'm guessing someone looking either liking your guitar collection or digging your new haircut.
We moved rooms to the guitar room today.
We want a clarification. Are we talking about haircut or guitar collection?
Hey, I mean, come on. How can he avoid it?
I know. What else? So Topps Now, Shohei, if you're into these cards, shoot me a DM. I've got plenty of them. Come into our Topps After Dark events. What else? By the way, I brought with me, if we have time later, I may rip a volume 25 box just for my own pleasure.
Hey, we were going to spend today talking about where we were at division by division, and I don't think I'm prepared for that today.
No, we need to do that for after. We do it next week to coincide with the All-Star break, I guess. I think that makes sense. And we're not prepared. I don't even know who's in first place right now. I just know that my Mets just swept the Nationals, and we are finally 2 games over 500.
All right, there you go.
For the first time probably since opening day ish.
The Padres have been over 500, but they're working their way back under. They're trying to do it
back under. I love it.
Oh man, just watching the fact that they trailed the whole game, never scored a run yesterday. Yeah. They were down in the 3rd inning, 1-0, and they were down 1-0, and yet Seattle still hadn't had a hit till the 4th inning. It was crazy. Seattle had no hits, but they were winning 1-0. It's just the implosion sometimes is hard to see. Bases loaded. People start chanting, Ha-Sung Kim, Ha-Sung Kim.
Really?
I'm just going, what the heck? What the heck? Because he's hitting 211 or something like that this year.
Right.
It's just painful to go to and watch some of these games. But interesting thing is the Phillies are leading everybody with 60 wins. So they're the top of the heap right now. They've been squaring off against the Dodgers. This big matchup. I haven't seen any of the games. I've been too busy, but
no, they've been hitting them. They've been hitting them well. I think the Phillies have taken. I think today's the last game of the series, maybe. But I think they've won the first 2. I think they. The thing is, the Dodgers bats have gone to sleep a little bit. Shohei had to cool down. Teoscar had to cool down, and then. They're missing Mookie, and I think they're missing some other pieces.
Yeah,
and so they're still good enough to win the majority of their games just based on overall roster. But
their pitching though is very suspect again right now. It's
they've been okay. So. I mean, they've gotten blown out once or twice here and there, but from what I've seen, their hitting hasn't produced enough. I think their pitching has been. Not stellar, but okay. Giving up maybe 4 runs per game or something like that. You'd expect you'd expect the Dodgers to score more than 4 or 5 runs every game. So when that doesn't happen, that's when you get a little streak going, a little negative streak.
Let's see what happens to that Ohtani card value if he doesn't start producing. Come on now, start hitting again. The other thing that's still a surprise at this point in the season is the fact that Cleveland is winning that division.
That's insane.
I mean, it's not a strong division. We've talked about that.
No, but they've got a crazy record, and then it's not as bad. No. Let me correct you there. You thought it wasn't as strong.
But originally correct.
Because the Twins are good.
Been a lot better. Twins are coming back.
Yeah, the Royals are good.
Cleveland has as many wins as Baltimore.
Yeah, that's what's been surprising because that division is not bad. Now the AL West, that's a little that's bad. I mean, yeah, it's generally bad because the Rangers have not been playing good ball. But when it comes to the Central, I know we'll talk about this more in detail next week when we do our episode. But that's been this division to me. That's been the Cinderella of the half season.
Absolutely, we never thought of it this way at the beginning of the year
because I thought there were. I knew when we talked about this in our preview episode of the preview of MLB episode, but we knew that the Tigers were up and coming, and up and up. We knew the Royals were going to take a huge step forward. But we never expected the Guardians to take this type of leap. Crazy winning record, and I wasn't expecting the Twins to have a more than 10, a very positive winning percentage. Not to mention the Royals for a moment looked really impressive. They may have taken a step back, but they're going to be in it. They're going to be in the wild card until the end. And the Tigers have played, about 500 ball, maybe under 500, but good. Like the Tigers are a team you don't want to face any day, right? It's not a gimme. Yep. Not a gimme game. So that's absolutely been the Cinderella, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Guardians are having like magical giant season of a few years ago, right? Where like a bunch of nobodies won 110 games or something like that.
Yeah, that was insane. That was an insane year.
It's a similar type of roster.
Well, the other things going on right now within the league, obviously home run derby's coming up. There's been selecting guys for that. Is anybody excited about that anymore? The first few years, it was really marquee. It's kind of dying down. I'm not seeing the hype that I saw in past years.
Yeah, I mean, it's adequately hyped in my opinion. Yeah. Now Pete Alonso is back in it, so
that could do something.
He has a chance to win his third or last 4 years. Overtaking Junior. I think that's Junior's record. So I mean, it's a derby. I'm usually more pumped when I go to those festivities. I'm more pumped about the futures game because prospects, right? That's what we do, and so I like seeing prospects, who's coming up, who's doing well, who's about to join the major leagues. I remember seeing Julio when I went to the All-Star Game festivities in Colorado. He and Francisco Alvarez were in the futures game, and someone else, and they did really well. And I was like, man, those guys are coming because that was 2022 or 21. I think it was 21. It was LA in 22, right? The game, All-Star game, LA 22. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, it does.
And then last year it was in Seattle.
Yep.
And then 21 was dome. Yeah. So I went to 21. I went to 22. No, that was COVID. Never mind. Yeah. So the teams. So Shohei, Mets. Oh, so again, we were going to talk about the wild card. I think the Mets are going to be in it until the end. Because, sorry, a little biased here, but listen, I'm okay being a losing record Mets fan. I don't care. We live for despair. But I'll say this: when the roster's right, when you got the right pieces, I don't get excited, but I get optimistic because when you got right pieces, when you got depth, and you got good core people of guys who contribute from the bench. That's when you have a good team. The rest is about like your stars performing up to their contract, right? You can't control that.
Yep.
But I'll tell you this: if the Mets hang in there and can stay 2-3 games over 500, and then Senga comes back soon, I think in a couple of weeks, then they can be a player in the trade deadline. If they get themselves one more bat or one more pitcher, they could be in it. Right now, it's a battle with San Diego, Arizona, and the Cardinals.
Well, what do you think about Nimmo getting stubbed?
I don't like it. I don't like that Lindor got snubbed. Did you know that Lindor has the most FWAR preseason? Sorry, first half FWAR of any infielder for the last 3 years, and he's got snubbed all those years. I think he suffers from like there are a couple of factors. I think some people have talked about this. His image, because he makes a ton of money, but he produces, like he performs his contract. If you look at it, when people that are in the business of valuing WAR and how much money each point of WAR is worth, I think the last figure I saw was like every WAR point was like 6 or 8 million, something like that. He's performing his contract. He makes 30 something, but he produces more than $30 million in WAR every year. So I think there's a little like hate overall. Plus, like you got all these teams doing all these marketing pushes.
Well,
I don't know.
We're sitting here still wondering how Trey Turner got on there.
Yeah, like so. I think he got yes. Do I think he got snubbed? Yes. Do I think Nemo got snubbed? Yes. However, I don't think they were the biggest snubs. Like leaving Christian Walker out of that team with like almost 70 RBIs and 20 something home runs and a crazy OPS. Like, how does that happen? That I don't know. He'll be the immediate first pick when someone is declared like they can't go or injured or whatever. He has to be on that team. But yeah, I think they were snubbed. The other guy who was snubbed, in my opinion, big time, was Anthony Santander from the Orioles. He's got like crazy numbers too, like video game numbers. And he didn't make the cut. And there was someone else from the AL, I think, that has crazy numbers.
I would love to say that he got snubbed because he's overshadowed by the other personalities on his team. Yeah. But then you look at the Phillies with 7 and go, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah. Like David Fry from the Guardians has no business in being on that team over someone like Santander, someone like, I think there's someone else who got snubbed. Was it Rooker? Did Rooker get snubbed? No, he made it.
Don't know.
He made it. There was someone with a similar profile to Brent Rooker that was not in there, and he got snubbed, and it was crazy. It's so obvious. But yeah, we'll see. That game is fun nowadays, so I'll tune in and watch. The setting
I used to love it when they would wear their own damn uniforms. You'd see the guy out there in your home team colors. Now, I don't know about this year's uniform. I don't know what your take on it is.
It's funny you say that because when I saw this year's uniform, I actually like it. I haven't liked the past few.
I haven't either.
Like the one they used in the Rockies, I didn't like. The one in LA. But this one, I don't know. I don't know if it's the U.S. thing or what. I think I like it. I like it. And I like the hats, too.
I saw the hats at the stadium. They were interesting. You could get your own team thinking that. The 1 year they did it in San Diego and they used those old San Diego colors. That was great for San Diego fans, but for the rest of the country, I can't imagine anybody else loving that as much as we did.
Yeah. Switching gears, we don't have anything new coming up. Everyone's kind of waiting.
Pre-order.
Everyone's waiting on those pre-orders who should probably start shipping this week, I would imagine, because the National is coming up.
Get that chrome in your hand.
The National is coming up on the 20-something. So I imagine they'll ship sometime early next week, maybe. I think they come out officially. When is it? On the 18th?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's next week. So I would imagine that the promise was that they should start arriving the week of the release, right? Something like that.
Typically that's what they've been saying.
So I guess we're waiting on that.
We'll see all the one-of-ones about 2-3 days before. So
did you know this one's maybe it surprised you. I haven't bought one single, other than the few hanger boxes that we use to kind of showcase a product. I haven't bought any Series 2. I haven't bought Hobby Series 2. I haven't bought Jump Monster boxes. I haven't bought Fanatics boxes. I don't know.
I haven't bought boxes either, but mine was for a very different reason. All my money was going to attorneys, so attorneys and house stuff to get this place ready. So But I don't think I would have gone out and bought Series 2. I would have waited for Chrome.
Yeah.
Bought what I want in the secondary market. It's like with the 2023 Chrome Platinum. You know, I would have loved to have jumped on a bunch of that, but I'm comfortable just buying the ones I want. Yeah, I've been picking up a lot of stuff off of.
It has a market, though. It has a market. Some people love that shit.
I love the people that rip it and sell it to me cheap. I love those guys.
Who am I to? I think UPS. Let's see if he rings a bell. Yep, he did.
There you go.
Wait, do I have to sign? No. It's not cards. I promise. It's not the top two. It's definitely
new boxes for next month.
It hasn't been cards for a while. No. What's funny is that you mentioned, Series 2. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll wait until like David Adams and company devalue it and list it for way less. They definitely printed a lot of it, so I'm sure you can get it for a discount when people are come whenever, Thanksgiving or Black Friday or whenever. I'm sure that product will be available. So I'm not stressing about it. I don't like it at the current pricing. I do know that monster boxes have one of the best odds of landing the stuff I want, which is like good parallels and home field advantages. Because I'm trying to build I'm trying to retro build a home field advantage collection. So I think it's doable, but I want to wait. And then Chrome. It's funny you mentioned people are waiting for Chrome, because call it gut feeling, call it just reading the market a little bit. I have a feeling that people are a little more skeptical with cost, with reason, this time around with Chrome. Now, will it be ripped like crazy? Of course. It always is. But I think people are going to be a little more cautious now as to maybe that case becomes a little bit, unaffordable now. Those blaster boxes at $40. I mean, come on.
You just wonder if they're really trying to push the market more and more towards their breakers.
It is. That's what it is.
Is that the long game that they're playing? Is it truly push all there and stop this retail?
Well, the long game is twofold, obviously. Well, the long game is simple. It's one objective: make money for the
always
company.
Is.
The how, it's the breakers. It's the how do we make money? By printing more, by what Scotty B and Scotty B Cards calls it checkflation, because the checklist has increased. And what they do when you do checkflation is you print more cards, you increase the checklist so that you can increase the number of cards that have parallels, right? So that everyone feels that they're getting something special when they land a Super Aqua Wave Fuchsia something, right? Out of $3.99.
A reverse double ray wave, yes.
And so when you add 70, or in this case 80, I think, right? 80 or 70 more players, more base cards, and half of those are rookies that threw 5 innings in the major leagues. What you're adding is a bunch of nonsense Aqua Fuchsia something parallels, right? So, but everyone's happy because someone's getting a hit, someone's getting a number card.
Great. You got a number. It's
a beautiful business model. It's a beautiful business model. Listen, I kudos to them. They figured it out. There are certain products people love, and they're going to go at it. And if I can make an incremental, a marginal $5 extra on a blaster, or $40 more on a hobby, and they'll be happy because they got hits, then we're the suckers.
Yeah. Well, we're the suckers because we bought a lot of those sticker autos as well. So.
Yeah, but that's less. That happens less in Chrome.
Yeah.
That's more update Chrome. Chrome, you get a lot of on card, but you get a lot of on card bullshit. Now they also were lucky that they got themselves in a little they found themselves in a perfect storm situation, because yes, they're using this checkflation technique, but they're using it in a year where the rookie class is strong. So yes, 70 more players, but there's also a higher floor a little bit, because there are a significant number of high floor rookies. So people will still buy it. Now, I preach, cautious. I preach, be careful and don't go crazy, because you're gonna get a lot of shitty cards, and you're gonna get way less buyback cards. So that's my only thing. It makes it for an interesting release. I don't see it going down in price anytime soon. That's the problem. Even though it's widely available, and it should be widely available, we shall see. We shall see. Now you're gonna start seeing in those breaks a lot of shitty cards being pulled, because it's a lot of cards printed. 300 is a lot of cards for a Chrome product.
Well, when you look at the Chrome Platinum, you look at the fact that they're doing, what were they doing, 450, or was that one 500?
Or 500.
500. Yeah, that was a huge set. You have so many sets coming out with 700.
It was 500. And let me tell you, I sold that complete set. I didn't get that much money.
Yeah,
I think I got like one after fees, maybe like 120, something like that. Which is
that was a tough set to put together for the amount of work.
It is. I had to use a lot of favors from a lot of people giving me their.
Oh, by the way, you still owe me an oil change on my truck.
Right. So that'll be interesting. No, the Chrome Platinum has a market. It's not for me. I do think, like I've told you before, that the parallels look really nice. If I can snipe a few players I'm interested in a parallel form that looks nice, I'll do that or trade. But I'm not buying any of that product. Chrome, I'll buy some. Sorry, go ahead.
I snagged a few of one of the Padres players who this was his rookie card, the 2023. He's back in the minors, low cost option for me, but I got this beautiful set now of cards working on for him. So Eggy Rosario, it's cheap. It's autos $4.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because you were doing that rainbow, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got my Garvey one in there again, low cost, and him in there. I've still got the Gore from 2022 sitting in there, looking really nice. The Gore auto set. So it's one you can have fun with. You can really have a lot of fun if you have a player that you've followed or liked along the way.
It's not for me. I love the 22 design. That's why I have a few players. I have a bunch of parallels that I'm trying to keep, but others I wouldn't mind getting rid of on eBay. But Chrome, I'm waiting. I bought a box because I think to play it's hobby. I told you before, and I think I said it in the last episode. I think to play it's hobby, and in retail it's the monster. So I'll probably snag a few of those at some point. I bought a hobby because I bought it for the PCB box. That's it. I'm honestly much more interested in Gilded and Sapphire. Much more interested in that as an invest play, as a flip play, and as a maybe keep a few PC, rip a few. It's interesting.
I don't know if we're going to get. I don't know if Monty's going to be offered any more Sapphire this year or not. We'll see. I don't know if there's any in the timeline.
We get only draft.
I don't remember anymore. Seeing the fact that museum collection came through there, I was like, "You're kidding."
Yeah, but I think they had announced that before.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but I kind of remember something like that. No, listen, I don't know. You got to let the hobby do what the hobby does. I would imagine like people need to start voting with their wallets.
I know that. I've stopped buying just
And I'm hoping that Topps. I'm hoping that they do. We and I and others in the group have our beef with all those with the relic mania that Topps has, producing relics because they can buy backs, they can buy bags.
They can get the bases at a cheap price, at such a cheap price.
But then,
they're larger. Hey, more pieces, larger bases.
But those cards they look terrible. Two, the majority are call-ups. They have no value other than like if your team is the Yankees or you're a Padres fan and you want it because it's cool, then okay. I get. Listen, I guess there's a market for it. I just wish that the market for it, the PC market for it, is not is it's small enough that they take a second look at one, the pricing of it, and two, how often you produce it.
Yeah, $199 for a base relic of somebody of note is ridiculous. But then you look at the fact, like, you know, Manny Machado is so down right now. This came out at $89. So you're paying $49 after rewards for that.
I mean, here's the thing.
Stuff.
Here's the thing, and again, I'm open to being like that guy that goes on whatever and sits down and says, "Hey, convince me," whatever that banner says.
Yeah.
I'm open to being converted, but I am still waiting for someone to convince me how, if this is a PC play or a memorabilia play that you want to be, you know, you want a piece of whatever ball or whatever base or whatever of certain date or whatever, you were there at the stadium or whatever, right? But are you willing to spend more than, like, at what point in the graph does it just makes more sense to buy a signed ball? Or like,
you're
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
The few that I have resold, I haven't resold many of the Topps Now products, but a few I have sold have been to people who really wanted it because they were at the event.
At the game.
I was there. I had somebody reach out to me, Ron, I was there. If you got an extra one, I'd really love one of those. Yeah. I was at that.
Well,
game.
I guess that's what they're banking on. I guess
they're
banking on there's X amount of people at the stadium. How do we reach them? I don't know. It would make kind of more sense if they had someone at the stadium passing out flyers at the end of the game. Hey, Topps is doing a card on this, or check out Topps Now. We may have a card for this on your way out. Maybe they're doing it. If not, Topps, if you're listening, you should be doing it.
Hey, hand out some of those packs. You made so many of them. Damn it. Give them out.
You have someone at the stadium with generic flyers say, check out Topps Now. There's always cards of stuff that happened today. Check out tomorrow. Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But an affiliation, an affinity agreement with the league, with Ticketmaster, whoever prints out tickets, where you get an email. Every time I buy something, you know, I get an email a few days later. Oh, thank you for coming to the game, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that has to come out the next day saying, hey, there's a card for this.
Well, I got an email today asking me about my experiences yesterday.
Right.
So, you know, there it is. They could have thrown something in there.
By the way, why am I giving these ideas to Topps? Why am I? Stop. Anyways.
Well, we're just trying to improve the hobby. That's all it's all about here.
So, should I open a box? No.
Nah, we only got a few minutes here. I've got to get back to the work front.
Next one. So stay tuned next week, folks, because next week we're going to do a breakdown of middle of the season team and individual results, and we'll talk about all that good stuff. Hopefully we have some news on Chrome next week that we can share. Maybe even if we got a box in the mail. I know I will. Maybe not Ron. Maybe I'm not sure. Did you buy a box?
I did not buy it. Did not buy it this year. So
that's it.
Away we go.
Thank you for coming and checking us out. Go check out prospectchasebox.com for volume 25 box and other good things that we have on there. For Jorge
and don't forget your Ohtani stuff that's up right now. Those cards, get them back out.
Ohtani rookies, Ohtani Topps Now rookies galore. Check us out on
good
Facebook.
Good raffles going on that. Yep.
Topps After Dark. Sign up or ask for membership into the group. It's a really good group. That's all I got. Jorge Prospector. This is Ron. See you next week. Out.